Today we're gonna proceed with the end of the chapter questions that I asked you last time to solve it and submit it, but I'm gonna solve it today myself. So we need to solve all the questions at the end of the chapter to make the things more clear. So before solving anything, and I want to tell you, you're gonna have the first assessment. The first assessment, you're gonna have it on, but let me share the screen with you. I'm gonna share the screen with you. Okay. The first assessment, it will be in October, and it's planning to be on October 15th. 15th of October, you're gonna have the first assessment. What chapters and what question that you will be responsible for, I'm going to tell you on Thursday, this Thursday, the 1st of October. I'm gonna tell you on the 15th of October, you're gonna have the first assessment, and what chapters will be included in that, I'm gonna tell you. So far we have done 4 chapters. Chapter 4, which is demand and supply. So I want to go over the question that I asked you to solve it. But before doing that, I received a notification from the university that I have to take the attendance manually every class that we meet. So I'm planning to give some points from assessment for the attendance as well. And that points will come, I'll get it from the last final assessment, from the last final exam assessment. So if the final assessment is 30%, the final exam is 30%, I'm gonna make it 25, and the 5 points will go to attendance, okay? So this final exam will be 25, it will be divided into two parts, like 25% will be final exam and 5% will be the attendance. So from the dean office, I received, and apart from that, you're gonna have activity and the quiz. The quiz as well, you'll have it. So let me take the attendance, then we can start it. So I'm gonna call by name. Please just raise your hand or just raise your voice that you're here, and we can continue. So Abish Aseljan is here.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay, good. Camila.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Anel Alieva.
Here.
Shevo Alizoda.
I am here.
Araylin. Araylin here. Rawan.
I'm here. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Saltanat. Saltanat Amirhanova. Alisher Arman. Alisher Arman not here. Son Khair Azadi.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Sonair here. Iskander Bakhtiyarov.
I'm here.
Okay, great. Alisher Baratov.
I'm here.
Yulia.
I'm here.
Alan. Besim Bey. Alan. Mohammed Arshia.
I'm here.
Okay, Mohammed Arshia is here. Arnay Din Islam.
Yes, I am here.
Okay. Arat.
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. Yes.
Aisilu.
I'm here.
Şolpan. Şolpan?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Amina?
I'm here.
Ardagir?
Yes, I'm here.
Christina?
Here.
Alina?
Yes, I'm here.
Dana? Kusherbek? Dana here? Maksat?
That's me.
Okay. Yelena? Mayran?
Yes, Professor, I'm here.
Ilana, sorry. Ilana, I just wrote wrongly. Sorry for that. Aruzhan?
I'm here.
Nuray? Camila? Nuray here?
I'm here.
Camila?
Yes, I'm here.
İlyas? İlyas?
I'm sorry, he had just bad connection because of this. He cannot join.
Okay. Bekzat?
I'm here.
Canaim?
I'm here.
Aset?
I'm here.
Rustam?
I'm here.
Ali? Aliyar?
I'm here.
Okay. Ali raised the hand, I think. Ali raised the hand. Yes, Ali, are you here?
Yeah, I
Yes.
just don't want to talk, so I raised my hand.
Yeah, I saw it. I realized for the final. Thanks. Okay. Farhat?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Janna?
I'm here.
Diana?
I'm here.
Aruzhan?
I'm here.
Okay. Saltanat? Saltanat here? No. Camila?
Yes, I'm here.
Malika?
I'm here.
Şengüz?
I'm here.
Ayaoğlu?
It's me. I'm here.
Daniela?
I'm here.
Malika Yerbolat?
I'm here.
Janserik?
I'm here.
Araylım? Araylım? Okay, she's not here. Okay, that's done. That's great. Then we can just move to the course directly. So this is the problems that we face. So explain, we'll start from the first one. Explain, there's some question erased, like, I'm sorry, I had an internet problem, and okay. Explain each of the following statements using the supply and demand diagrams. So starting with the first part, the part A, when the cold snap hits the Florida, the price of orange juice rises in a supermarket throughout the country. So there is a cold snap hits the Florida, okay? It becomes very hot, so very cold, and the price of the orange juice rises in supermarket throughout the country. So we need to explain these statements using the supply and demand diagram. Okay, now if I put it here, sorry. Okay. This is supply. This is demand. Okay, this is what we have it. And this is demand. So this is supply and demand. So what will happen when the cold weather heats the Florida, the cold weather damages the orange crop, because in a cold weather, the orange will not grow. So that will reduce the supply of the oranges. That will reduce the supply of oranges. And definitely it will raise the price of the oranges, because the quantity supply will be reduced and the price will go up. So that leads to a decline in the supply of the oranges. The supply of oranges will be declined, and that will reduce the supply of orange juice, because the oranges are important raw material or inputs in production of the orange juice. So this can be seen in the figure as shift to the left of the supply curve for the orange juice. So the new equilibrium price is higher than the old equilibrium price. So let me illustrate it. So that will create a new supply curve, okay? And this will be a new equilibrium. If the equilibrium was this part, the cold weather drops the quantity of supply down. So it shifts to the left. That shift to the left will create a new supply, new equilibrium. The equilibrium will go up, and as you can see, the price becomes higher. So previously it was this. The new equilibrium becomes this as the quantity, as you can see, the quantity falls down and the price increases. The price goes up. So this is the new price. This is new equilibrium. This is new equilibrium. This is new equilibrium, the price that works out, okay? This is the old one. The new equilibrium here is a higher price and less quantity, because the cold weather heats the Florida, and that reduced the orange crop. And that reduction in the orange crop, that reduced the supply of the oranges. And at the end, there will be decline supply of orange juice. And the price will increase, and so on. This is question 1. Is that clear? If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Anything that may not. So the logic in here, the crop of the oranges falls, and of course the less oranges are produced, less oranges produced will lead to the less production of the orange juice, and the supply for orange juice will shift to the left. This is the logic how it works. The new supply will be here. New supply, and this is old supply. And this is new equilibrium. If the price was, let's say, 1, now it becomes 2. If the quantity was 10, now it falls to 8. So this is the price, and this is the quantity. So let's get to the question B. When the weather turns warm in New England every summer, the price of the hotel in Caribbean resorts plummets, okay? So people actually often they travel to the Caribbean from the New England in order to escape the cold weather. This is accepted tradition by the population who resides in the UK, in England. So when the cold weather snaps the UK, they go to Caribbean. So the demand for Caribbean hotel room is high in the winter. In the summer, the fewer people are traveling to the Caribbean because northern climates are more pleasant. So north part of the England is more acceptable. So results which shown in the figure that shift the left demand curve. So the equilibrium price for the Caribbean hotel room is lower in the summer than in the winter. So as the figure will show now. So now we'll illustrate everything in the figure, how it works. So we are given demand and supply. We're given demand and supply here. As when the weather turns warm in the New England, so the logic of the people who lives in the UK, they're actually traditionally used to go to Caribbean if there's a cold weather, in order to escape the cold weather. But in here, the weather becomes warm in UK every summer, and the price hotel in the rooms, Caribbean resort plant. So plant means down, like it goes down. So that makes the weather to be actually affecting the demand itself for the rooms for the Caribbean. So we're talking, so demand for Caribbean rooms will go down, which means will be shift left, okay? But before that, this is price, this is quantity, and when the demand falls down, it means it shifts to the left. It shifts to the left. It goes here. So once the demand falls, as you can see, initial equilibrium was this. Now the equilibrium quantity reduces. It moves from this point to here. So equilibrium point was this one. Now it reduced. So the quantity equilibrium, quantity demanded falls in summer for the Caribbean rooms, for the Caribbean holiday, the rooms in hotel. And of course, the price was high at the beginning. Here, the price was high. And eventually the price, what happens once the demand falls for the quantity, demand falls product, demand for the product falls down, it shifts to the left, the equilibrium quantity reduced, and the price for certain product, I mean, the hotel rooms, will be reduced. So the price falls and the new equilibrium is here. If at the beginning, if it was 8, now it becomes 6, and the price, if it was like $200 or something like this, now if it was 4, now it becomes 2. So the price falls from 4 to 2, from 8 to 6, the quantity. And this is the new demand. This is the new demand, the red one. This is the new demand. So it shifts here. This is how it works. If imagine the suppliers of the rooms, who are the suppliers of the rooms? Who are the suppliers of the rooms? The hotels, okay? If the hotel said, I'm gonna keep my prices at $4, even though demand shifted to the left, what is created in here? What will be created? Who can tell me? Shortage, surplus? If supply keeps the price at 4, even the demand is here. So look, at this price, at 4, what is the demand for quantity? The quantity for demand may be 4. So that means people will demand at this price only 4 units. However, to increase the number of the units, they need to reduce the price, and the market forces will make the price to go down to here. Okay, it will go down to this equilibrium, new equilibrium. Okay, new equilibrium will be this. It is the point where the demand and supply are satisfied. It is the point where buyers and sellers will come to the common point. Okay. This is quantity, this is price. Now, third question. When the war breaks out in the Middle East, the price of gasoline rises and the price of the used Cadillac falls. So when the war breaks out in the Middle East, many markets actually will be affected, like all types of market. It should be car markets, fruit markets, any market that in the Middle East will be affected definitely, because large proportion of oil production take place in the Middle East. And we are actually 80% of countries in the world are oil dependent, like we're depending on the oil. If the oil changes, the currency changes and so on. And it really affects us. So the war disrupts actually the oil supplies and shifting the supply curve for gasoline to the left. So the supply curve will shift to the left. Will make the supply to go to the left. Because why? Because the war takes place. Once there is a war, the production will be reduced. Once the production is reduced, that will reduce the supply, will make shift to the left. So supply shift to the left. So this is new supply. S1 or S0. This is new supply, okay? So the result is what happens in here is that you can see the price increases in equilibrium, price of the gasoline. With a higher price for gasoline, the cost of operating gasoline automobile like Cadillac will increase as well. So as a result, the demand for used Cadillacs will decline because the people in the market for cars will not find the Cadillacs as attractive. In here, what is the most attractive car in Kazakhstan?
Toyota.
With a huge cube,
Land
the
Cruiser.
high power engine.
Land Cruiser.
Gelenwagen.
Gelenwagen, I saw it as well. Escalade with a huge. So if the things happens in here, if we can see the shortening of the supply of the oil, that will increase the price of the oil. If the oil price jumps to 1,000 tenge, would you think to buy Escalade? Or would you think to buy or Toyota Land Cruiser Prado that has 2.7 engine? And Escalade has around 6 engine. So which car would you be thinking to buy? Gelenwagen with the 6 engine or 5.6 engine or 6.3 engine, or the Toyota Prado with 2.7 engine? Definitely.
2.7.
Somebody says Lada, that's good. Lada is 1.4, I think, or 1.6.
Toyota Camry.
Toyota Camry. I heard many things about Toyota Camry, like positive things that people are really running after Toyota Camry. So maybe the people will shift from the huge engine power to the low engine. Maybe they will just stop using the cars. They will start to walk. Maybe they will go and buy the bicycle that doesn't consume the engine, the gasoline at all. So as a result, actually, the demand for used Cadillacs will decline as the people in the market for cars will not find the Cadillacs as attractive, okay? So what happens in here? What happens in here? Guys, give me a second. I'm just gonna put my electricity on my computer because its battery is off. So this is gasoline, okay? This is gasoline. Okay, this is gasoline. Supply shifts To the left, this was initial equilibrium. Equilibrium quantity reduced, price increase. So this is what happens. However, this is the case for gasoline supply, but the demand for the cars with the high engine power will be reduced, will shift to the left, will shift to the left. To illustrate it, it's like this, okay? Oh, sorry. Demand here. And as a result, demand for used Cadillacs will go down, and people in the market for cars will not be able to find the Cadillacs or with the Geländewagen, Escalades, all the cars with a high power engine as attractive as before. So in addition, some people who have already bought these cars will try to sell them, okay? Whoever bought it, this Geländewagen and so on, they will try to get rid of it. They will try to get rid of it. So the result, the demand curve for used Cadillac shift to the left, and at the same time, the supply curve will shift to the right. There will be more supply of the same cars, okay? We are talking about the cars in here. The cars with high engine, okay? With high engine. So supply and demand. As you can see, what happens, it will be new equilibrium. This is the new equilibrium. So this was the old equilibrium. So eventually what happened? The quantity supply or quantity equilibrium reduced and the equilibrium price reduced to a new equilibrium where demand and supply intersect. This is the new equilibrium. This is a demand for cars and supply of the cars. And why it happened? Because the supply of the gasoline shifted to the left. That increased the price for the gasoline. So this is the effect that happens in the automobile industry. An increase in the demand for notebooks raises the quantity of the notebooks demanded, but not the quantity supplied. Is the statement true or false? The statement is false. The statement is false. We can illustrate this in figure. We can illustrate this in figure. So increase in equilibrium for demand notebooks results in increasing the quantity demanded and quantity supplied at the same time. Or you can just explain it logically. If you want to show a diagram, let me just. So this is supply, this is demand, okay? And we said like here, increasing the demand for the notebook. So imagine the demand for the notebook increases, demand for the notebook increases. That makes the shift demand to the right. That makes the shift demand to the right, okay? Demand shift to the right. So as you can see, old equilibrium was here, and new the price equilibrium is here, and the demand 1, demand 0, and supply. So the quantity demanded increases, as well as the quantity supplied will increase. So the supply will react to the demand. If there is a demand increases, the supply quantity supplied will increase as well. So this is how it works. So from Q1 to Q2, from price 1 to price 2. So the issue in here, what happens when the demand increases? Sorry, price 2 here, and the price 1 is here. So the price goes up as the demand increases and the quantity increases as well. The quantity supplied and quantity demanded. So the statement in here is false. Okay, let's go to the third question. Consider the market for minivans for each event listed here. Identify which determinants of the demand and supply are affected. Also indicate whether the supply or demand increases or decreases. So draw the diagram to show the effect on the price and the quantity of minivans. So minivans is the type of the car dedicated to big families who have many children. Okay, who have many children. They're it's more attractive to those big families. So if people decide to have more children, so let's go with first part. If people decide to have more children, they will want big cars like minivans to travel and so on, with to feel more comfortable while traveling from one city to another city. And demand for that type of cars in same country, in that country, will increase actually. But supply will not be affected. The result will be the increase in the price that can be shown in the diagram that we can draw now. As you can see, the both price and the quantity sold will go up. So let's illustrate. This is supply, this is demand, okay? Supply, demand. And once you have decided in a specific country, the people decided to go to have more children. Like maybe they receive benefits for that, maybe they receive, let's say, $10,000 per kid, and they decided to increase. So once the number of the children increase in the family, this family, they will not buy a small cars like Mini Cooper, or they will not buy Volkswagen Tiguan. They will prefer to buy big cars. Maybe the minivan is the best thing that can suit them. So demand for that minivans. So if the was the price and the quantity. This is price, this is quantity, let's say this is 8, this is 5, just making up numbers, 5 million tenge, 8,000 cars and so on. If demand increases, okay, from D0 to D1, for minivans, that will increase both equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. 12, maybe this is 8 million. But the supply will not change. The supply will just increase the price for quantity demanded, and supply will just supply the amount which they can afford to supply. This is how it works. And this is part A. So there is a strike by steel workers, part B, okay guys, part B. There is a strike by steel workers that rises steel prices. Steel is the raw material that is used to produce the car. So if the steel prices increases, the cost of producing the minivan will go up definitely, and the supply of the minivans will decrease. So minivan supply will shift to the left. Demand will not be affected. However, the result will be increasing the price for the minivans and declining the quantity sold, which can be illustrated in the figure here. So supply is reduced to here, to new supply. As you can see, this is new supply. This is the new equilibrium. The result, what happens? The quantity equilibrium falls down from 8 to 6. The price increases from 5 to 8 million tenge. So this is the result of if there is a strike and that strike increase the inputs price to produce the cars. So that increase the cost of producing the cars. Okay. The engineers develop a new automated machine for the production minivan. So there's a technological advancement. There's technological advancement. So that technological advancement will improve the supply. So they will produce for the same price, for the same cost, they will produce more. So that will make the shift of supply. Imagine, let me give you the example. What is the price of flash memory, USB? The cheapest that you can buy it now. If I tell you guys, go, there is a USB in any shopping center, let's say Dostuk Plaza, which is close to our university. There is a Sulpak. Okay, I'm not making advertisement of them, I'm just giving them as an example. They are selling the USB 512 megabits, okay, 512 megabits, or make it even less, 250, no, even less, 128 megabit for $150. Who will buy this? Is there anyone who will buy this? Nobody will buy. Nobody will dare to buy it because it's too much. For how much would you be willing to pay this for this type of flash memory, for this type of memory that it has got? How much money you would pay for it? You're ready to pay.
3,000.
3,000 tenge, yes? Do you know the Magnum shop? In Magnum shop, I think they are selling even for 3,000 tenge, you can buy even 1 gigabyte. Not even megabit, okay? So 128 megabit, nobody will buy it for this price. But in 2000 years, okay, 15 years back, 15 years ago, the flash memory was like $150, $200. Like if it was 512 megabits, if it was 1 gigabyte, it was really expensive. Like 15 years back. And technological advancement made the suppliers to produce more flash memories at lower price, at cheaper price. And that shift the supply curve that shift the supply curve to the right. Okay, that shift the supply curve to the right. And of course, when the supply curve shifts to the right, the quantity supplied increases, the price equilibrium falls down. This is how it works actually in real life as well. Okay, this is done. Part D, the price of the sport utility vehicles rises. Okay, the price of the sport utility vehicles rises. if there is increase in the price of sport utility cars, that will affect the minivan demand as well. Because the sport cars are the substitute for the minivans. The result will be increase in demand for minivans, but the supply will not be affected. So equilibrium price and the quantity of the minivan both will go up. And it can be illustrated in diagram. So this is new demand. There is a new equilibrium, quantity increased, and price equilibrium goes up as well. Because of the substitute like cola and Pepsi, if the price for the Pepsi goes up, the demand for cola will increase, but the demand for Pepsi will go down. This is, we're talking about the minivan, okay? Minivan market, not the sport market, sport cars market. A stock market crashes, lowers the people wealth. So people become like global financial crisis that took place in 2007, 2009. Stock market crashed and the people really became less wealthy. They became poor. And of course, the reduction in the people wealth, in the money, in terms of the money, that caused by stock market crash, even the example I gave you as global financial crisis, because their income falls down and the purchasing power is reduced. So they can buy now less what they used to buy before. So the basket of the goods is reduced. So that will lead actually to reduction demand for minivan, not only the minivan, but for everything, because the minivans are likely normal goods and the supply is not affected as well, because they already produce these cars and they cannot change it, and the demand will shift to the left. As a result, both equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity will go down. And we can illustrate this graphically as well. Oh, sorry. This is supply, this is demand, this is price, this is quantity. If there's a crash, that will make shift supply curve, demand curve to the left. That will reduce the demand. If this one D0 and this is D1 and this is quantity and this is the price, supply. So that means the equilibrium quantity will be reduced and equilibrium price will go down. If it was 5, let's say, now it becomes 3. If it was 10, now it becomes 6 quantity. So this is how it works in the market, okay? If the stock market crashes, if the stock market crashes. Okay, let's move to the question 4. So consider the market for DVDs and TV screens and tickets at movie theaters. For each pair, identify what are their complements and substitutes. It's a part A. DVDs and TV screens are likely to be complements because you cannot watch DVD without television. And DVDs and the movie tickets are likely to be substitute. This is because movie can be watched without at a theater or at home. So you can choose it, whether to watch the movie through the DVD or watch through the theater. And TV screens and movie tickets are likely to be substitute for the same reason. like DVD and the movie tickets. But the DVD and TV are complements. Suppose part B, suppose technological advance reduce the cost of manufacturing TV screen. Draw the diagram, show what happens in the market for TV screens. So technological improvement would reduce the cost of producing. That it happened for the USB, for the flash memories. That will shift the supply curve to the right. There will be more TV, so demand curve would not be affected. The result that equilibrium price will fall while equilibrium quantity will increase. So let us illustrate graphically. This is quantity, this is price, this is supply, this is demand. Price, quantity, demand, supply. And this is initial equilibrium. Let me make it 5. This is 8. Just making up the numbers. Equilibrium. This is equilibrium 1. Okay. If there is technological advancement, the supply curve definitely shifts to the right. Supply curve shift to the right to the S1, to the new supply. As you can see, both changes, supply and equilibrium. So the price equilibrium will go down and quantity equilibrium will increase. So this will be 3 and this will be 10. This is because the technological advancement. And it was the same with the USB flash memory, same with the computers, same with the cars. We did not have that much car in 2000 years, like 10, 15 years back. But now we can see that almost everybody can afford it. And let's see, let me just, this is part B, A, B, and C. Then let's go with the C. Okay, this is A. Draw more diagrams to show how they change in the market for TV screens affect the market for DVD and the movie tickets. Now, so let's draw it in for 2 different diagrams. So the reduction in the price of TV screens would lead to an increase in the demand for the DVD because the TV screens and the DVD are complements. So people will be willing to buy more DVDs with the TV screens to watch movie. The effect of this will increase the demand for DVD and increase in both equilibrium price and the quantity itself. From D0 to D1. As a result, as you can see, this is 8 and this is 10. If we compare the substitute products, like reduction in the price of the TV screens would make demand for the movie tickets decline. TV screens and the movie tickets are perfectly substitutes. The decline in the demand for movie tickets would lead actually to a decline in the equilibrium price and the quantity sold. This is new demand. For complements, demand increases when the price of the TV falls. For the substitute, demand falls down. shift to the left. That will reduce the price and reduce the quantity. So 3, maybe this is 6. So the first case was complement. This is the case of substitute. TV and DVD. And now this is the case, TV and TV movie tickets. Okay. Question 5. Over the past 30 years, technological advances have reduced the cost of computer chips. How do you think this has affected the market for the computers and the computer software and for typewriters? So technological advancement that reduce the cost of producing computer chips represents decline in input price for producing computers, definitely. And this result shift to the right of supply computers. And equilibrium price eventually goes down, equilibrium quantity increases. Let me illustrate quickly. This is price, this is quantity, this is supply, and this is demand. And we said that technological advancement reduced the cost of producing the computer chips, and definitely it affects the computer itself and the computer market. So the quantity produced of computer will increase. That will shift the supply to the right. There will be new supply, as you can see. Initial equilibrium was this. Now is this. So what happens? The price equilibrium falls down, the quantity equilibrium increases, and the supply curve that may shift because of the supply curve shifts. This is S1, this is S2, and this is demand, quantity, and price. If you put with numbers like 5, 3, 8, and 10. And if this things works with the complement product, like because the computer software is the complement to the computers, and low equilibrium price of the computer increase the demand for the software. So as a result, we can see the rise in both equilibrium price and the quantity software. As the computer becomes cheaper, the people will start buying more computers to produce more. Once you produce more computers, that will require more complement products, like software is one part of it. So that will increase the demand for computer software. If you want to illustrate graphically, oops. Okay. Now, that will increase the demand, and there will be new equilibrium. It will increase to 8, and it will go to 12, and it will be new demand. D1, this is D0. And regarding the typewriters are substitute for the computers. They lower the equilibrium price for the computers. That will reduce the demand for typewriters, definitely. So the opposite will take the place. So it will move to here back. The quantity equilibrium falls. The price goes down, and new equilibrium will be this. In complement, it increases. In substitute, it goes down. Okay, I want to take one more time the attendance because I want to start in the question 5. I will move to the question 6 and finish until question 10 on Thursday. But let me take one more time attendance because I can see that somebody left the class and somebody came to the class late. Very quickly, Asılcan here.
It's me, yeah.
Camila. Camila here.
Yes, I'm here.
Anel. Anel. Okay, she left. Good. Shevo.
Here.
Araylın. Rawan.
I'm here.
Saltanat. Alisher. Songaer. Azati.
Yes, I'm here.
İskander.
I'm here.
Alisher. Alisher. Baratov.
I'm here.
Yulia.
I'm here.
Alan.
I'm here.
Muhammed Arshia. Arnay.
I'm here.
Arat.
I'm here.
Aysulu.
I'm here.
Şolpan.
I'm here.
Amina.
I'm here.
Ardager.
Here.
Christina.
Here.
Alina.
I'm here.
Dana. Maksat.
I'm here.
Yelana.
Yes,
Yelana.
Professor, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Okay. Aruzhan.
I'm here.
Nuray. Camila.
I'm here.
İlyas. Begzat.
I'm here.
Canaim.
I'm here.
Aset.
I'm here.
Rustam.
I'm here.
Hello. Sorry, Professor.
Okay. Yes.
I am Mohamed Ashia. My internet is very bad. I'm in parking, but I am here.
Aliyar.
I'm here.
Farhat.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Janna.
I'm here.
Diana. Saltanat.
I'm here.
Aruzhan.
I'm here.
Okay. Camila.
Yes, I'm here.
Malika.
I'm here.
Şengüz.
I'm here.
Ayaulin.
I'm here.
Daniela. Okay. Malika.
I'm here.
Canserik.
I'm here.
Araylın. Okay, great.
Professor, no, I'm here.
Okay, Mohammed. For
Mohammed.
this time, I allow you to be here.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me just submit it. Okay, thank you guys. See you on Thursday. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
I have a question.
Yes, Shingus.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
There was a question or... Okay, nobody want to ask any question.
I want to ask.
Okay, please.
Yeah, if I missed activity 2, can I make up?
Leave it to the end. Okay, Janaim, leave it to the end. We will discuss it.
Okay.
I will make much more that you will compensate it. Okay.
Okay.
There will be some makeups.